Long Island MP Loretta Butler-Turner said she is not in the least bit concerned about rivals to her constituency. A man awaiting trial for the robbery of the Deputy Prime Minister was shot dead by police, and the Attorney General dropped the case against Sandals Royal Bahamian Resort. We've got those stories and others. I'm your host, Krishna Virgil, and this is the Tribune's Top 5. Despite repeated attempts to have her replaced as the party's candidate, Long Island MP Loretta Butler-Turner said she's not concerned about rivals, namely Dr. Andre Rollins.
Long Island MP Loretta Butler-Turner said on Sunday that she is not at all concerned about or afraid of a possible challenge for her seat by Port Charlotte MP Dr. Andre Rollins. In fact, Mrs. Butler-Turner said if the people of Long Island want bad, lackluster representation, they are free to have Dr. Rollins. In an interview with the Tribune, Mrs. Butler-Turner said she has gone above and beyond for the people of Long Island and urged her constituents to speak with the people of Port Charlotte to see just what they think of their current member of parliament. On Thursday, Dr. Rollins, a member of the Free National Movement, said he would challenge Mrs. Butler-Turner as an independent candidate if the voters in Long Island urged him to do so. His threat came hours before the FNM announced it had ratified Mrs. Butler-Turner as its standard-bearer for the constituency in the next election. Speaking to Mrs. Butler-Turner's representation of constituency, Dr. Rollins claimed that voters in Long Island are at their wits' end with the MP. On Thursday, the FNM also announced that former Democratic National Alliance Chairman Mark Hughes had been ratified to run in Port Charlotte. However, party chairman Sidney Cawley has said despite the party throwing its full support behind the MP, she still has a lot of work to do to win over her constituents by the next election. Police are on the hunt for two armed men who ran into the Fleming Street Clinic on Thursday morning looking for a man with whom they had an argument. Officer in charge of the Central Detective Unit, Chief Superintendent Clayton Fernander, said the bold thugs went into the clinic at around 11 a.m. when dozens of people were waiting to be served. Chief Superintendent Fernander said these two individuals went in there armed with shirts tied over their faces. When they didn't find the man who they were looking for, they ran out. There wasn't a shooting or anything, but of course the persons in there were scared and frightened to see people with guns with cloth on their face. They are too bold. These criminals are getting bolder and bolder. We have to find them. We have to take these people off of the streets, end quote. The Tribune understands several staff members in the clinic went home after the incident. However, no one was hurt. Anyone with information is asked to contact police at 911 or 919 or the Central Detective Unit at 502-9991.
A man being electronically monitored and awaiting trial for the armed robbery of Deputy Prime Minister Philip Brave Davis was shot dead in Yellow Elder earlier this week.
The incident happened in Yellow Elder Gardens after 5 p.m. on Monday. According to a police source, the dead man is Jeffrey Bongo King, one of the three men facing trial for a robbery at Mr. Davis's home in 2013. He was on bail at the time. Police said that officers were on routine patrol when shortly after 5 p.m. they received information of a group of men gathered on Majors Road in Yellow Elder Gardens armed with firearms. When police arrived, they discovered a group of men standing near some bushes. On seeing the police, the men reportedly opened fire on officers immediately. A police spokesman said, quote, the officers in fear of their lives returned fire, fatally shooting one of the men, end quote. The other suspects fled on foot. The suspect shot by police was pronounced dead on the scene. Police also said they recovered a handgun from the suspect and after a search of the immediate area found a magazine with a quantity of ammunition. Officers also confirmed that he was being electronically monitored while on bail for a number of serious offenses. 5 months after the country's financial services sector was dragged into the spotlight as a top tax haven in the infamous Panama Papers, international watchdogs on Wednesday unveiled a free online database created from 1.3 million leaked files from the Bahamas' corporate registry. The database by the International Consortium of Investigative Journalists circumvents the local registrar's costly retrieval fee and incomplete online registry by providing for the first time a publicly searchable form of the names of directors and some shareholders of more than 175 Bahamian companies. Released in tandem with detailed reporting on the offshore links to high-profile international politicians, including UK Home Secretary Amber Rudd, the latest installment to the massive offshore leaks database created by the ICIJ has labeled the country as the Switzerland of the West. The reports detail the country's long-standing struggle with international tax agencies, namely the United States' International Revenue Service and the Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development since the 1930s. For its part, Jared Ryle, the director of the ICIJ, said, quote, "We see it as a service to the public to make this basic kind of information openly available. There is much evidence to suggest that where you have secrecy in the offshore world, you have the potential for wrongdoing. So let's eliminate the secrecy," end quote. Administered by the Registrar General's Department, the corporate registry can be consulted in person or via its online registry. However, ICIJ argues that the information available online is often incomplete. The international watchdog also took issue with the $10 retrieval fee per document, pointing out that search fees were discouraged by the International Association of Company Registries. The ICIJ report read, quote, "Bahamian authorities told ICIJ that the country honors its international obligations and cooperates with international authorities. The Bahamas does not tolerate dirty money," authorities said, noting it has in many areas been rated as largely compliant with international standards, end quote. In response, the Attorney General released a statement saying the Bahamas remains committed to the transparency of its corporate registry and takes this matter very seriously. She said a review of this country's systems is currently underway. Based on the findings, she said, all necessary action will be taken to ensure the country maintains the requisite data protection as we understand the importance of this to users.
Union heads and cabinet ministers were apparently shocked this week to learn that the Attorney General dropped a case against Sandals Royal Bahamian Resort.
Court proceedings against Sandals Royal Bahamian and two of its senior executives brought by union officials were dropped by order of the Attorney General on the day the Cable Beach Resort terminated nearly 600 staff to facilitate a $4 million renovation. Allison Maynard Gibson, the Attorney General, gave a nollie prosequi direction to the Magistrates Court to discontinue the criminal action on August 15th, a move which Obie Ferguson, the Trade Union Congress President, described as adding insult to injury. Mr. Ferguson said that the entire trade union movement was very, very shocked by Mrs. Maynard Gibson's directive and accused the government of betraying and deceiving the Bahamas Hotel Maintenance and Allied Workers Union and all workers by not being upfront about its actions and intentions. He pointed out that while the TUC's BHMAWU affiliate and other trade unions have been engaged in talks with the government for more than a month in a bid to resolve the Sandals situation and other matters, the nollie was signed and dated August 15th. Upon learning of this, Long Island MP Loretta Butler Turner called the issuance of the nollie an abomination to justice and questioned whether the government conspired with the hotel to terminate the workers. Mrs. Butler Turner, the FNM's shadow labor minister, called it secretive, suspicious, and expedient while condemning the action. She castigated the Christie administration for disrupting the judicial process, which she calls a glaring example of the government's decision to side with foreign interests over hard-working Bahamians. The former deputy leader of the Free National Movement said this constituted an abuse of power. When contacted on Wednesday, Mrs. Maynard Gibson refused to answer questions on the matter, telling the Tribune that the Attorney General does not speak about nollie prosequis. Top ministers, including Labor Minister Shane Gibson, Tourism Minister Obie Wolshcombe, and Deputy Prime Minister Philip Graves Davis, have said they were not aware of plans to issue a nollie in this matter.
Want to get in on the discussion? Well, here's how you can. Just log on to our website at www.tribune242.com, like us on Facebook, the Tribune News Network, send us a tweet at Tribune242, or subscribe to our YouTube page, Tribune242.